Well, let's go to 2018 and talk about The Farm. Summary for this film: a young couple gets kidnapped and treated like farm animals after stopping at a roadside diner to eat meat. Written and directed by. Did you guys see this name? Oh man.
Did we what?
Did you see this name? The director, the writer
Oh
director.
yeah. That's all you. Go for it.
It's Hans Stjernswärd. Huh?
I'm gonna say that S and T is silent. I'm thinking it.
Stjernswärd.
June Sword. I don't know.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking honestly. I'm thinking Stjernswärd.
Stjernswärd.
Yeah.
Hans Stjernswärd.
Yeah.
Stjernswärd.
Do you have any information on this, Jason?
Tagline. In this place, you're the main dish. Again, I don't know who this one was distributed by, and I don't even know if it has a physical release. So, no, I guess I don't have much to say.
There are only a few things I don't like about this movie. So I figure why not get them out of the way. The kennels they use to house these prisoners are very flimsy. I feel if I have one of these. I feel if I were put inside of one of these, I could stand up like a man and break it open. But
just a swift kick, even just a little push of your foot.
They're very flimsy. My second problem is I never feel that it's necessary to kill a baby. You might as well just show like a close up of a bisected penis if you want some instant shock. I mean, that would work every time. Fun fact about that baby, though, his name is Hollywood Lee Dupree and is seemingly being forced into showbiz by his terrible parents who have done this with his two older brothers. All these people are deaf. This whole family is. Since his birth in 2016, he's been in 5 short films and worked on 5 feature films. They all seem to be horror. So this kid is going to be fucked up.
Wow.
Like they're just putting their baby in front of demons and monsters, and that's got to be damaging. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is me. My third problem is I don't like the handicapped character, the mentally handicapped gentleman. You could have cut him right out of the film, except for like his gas station scene at the beginning. I just thought he was.
What do you mean you don't like him?
I think he takes me out of the movie. There shouldn't be any other talking except for the owner of the property or whatever. The mentally handicapped guy that is at the. I guess I like the old lady at the beginning. She can have a little scene. He could even have his speaking scenes at the gas station, but when they involve him later on in the movie and he's running
and no
around,
one else is talking except for that one guy. Yeah,
it would have been so much more ominous and worked a lot better if they would have just cut that character out later on in the movie. And I don't understand how the dude escaped his cage. I mean, I am assuming he stood up like a man and kicked his way out of that thing like I would, but they don't show it. They don't show how he gets out.
Yep.
And the last thing I have a problem with is why the fuck would you use the final shot of your film as your poster art? That doesn't even make sense. They spoiled it right there on the front of their film. Whatever, though.
Yeah.
Positive things about this movie. It's only an hour and 20 minutes, which I think you both know how I feel about horseshit filler, and this is a fairly cut and dry situation. I like the landlord character. I think he's perfectly creepy. He could have even been a little bit more ridiculous, and I think it would have worked. The tone of this movie has like Texas Chainsaw. Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. I think. I like the setting. I like the silent masked farmhands. I kept waiting for one of them to talk and ruin the whole fucking thing, but they stayed true to that. Disturbing concept, inseminating women to get them to produce milk like dairy cattle. But my wife pointed out, how the fuck would they know when they were ovulating? Because it was only like 3 days. You can really get that going.
Doesn't matter. They're cattle.
Yeah, and the milking devices were clearly repurposed plungers. like with tubing attached to them. So I like how nobody survives. I'd like to see some sequels pop off of this. This would be a good thing that you could keep going for a while. Overall, I think this is a good film. This couple wouldn't survive this situation. So it makes sense for them both to die. The dude is far too naive through the whole thing. He's unassuming and overly helpful and involved with other people. And the woman makes just mistakes and mistakes at one after the other, just trying to leave the farm. Just go in one direction and keep fucking going.
Yeah.
Not once. She was just hiding in brambles and bushes. I gave this an 8 or a 7. I'll give it a 7. We'll stick with that.
Better keep going down. Better keep going.
Nah, I'll stay with a 7. I liked it. It was a good movie.
Okay, well, I'll go.
Yeah.
I didn't know really anything about this. I didn't watch any trailer. From the poster art, I kind of gathered what this movie was. And then I saw people calling it a cannibal movie. That's a little misleading, at least if you're talking about the cannibal subgenre of horror. This isn't a cannibal movie to me. And we're just kind of the exact opposite, Frank. I even broke this down, positives and negatives, and I don't really ever do that, but there's only a couple of positive things I can say about the movie. It's shot well. I like the setting. Like the production is there. Like it looks good. Music is good in spots. Other than that, that's about all I liked about this movie. I think it's bad writing. There's lots of plot holes. There's editing issues. There's several scenes that just go on too long. Like you talking about, you don't like a bunch of filler. Your life's an hour 20. They could have cut 20 more minutes off this movie. Like him walking around from building to building. That scene lasts like 4 minutes, and that's literally all it's doing is following him walking around.
And
no one saying anything.
I think it's just shot well. Like that, I liked how it was shot. It was
that's what. Well, but for
artistic.
4 minutes.
Oh, you mean you like the way the filler was shot? The 4 minutes.
Maybe this movie, there wasn't a lot happening. It was more like you were it was more like walking through a display. Like that's how I felt.
Catering company.
It was like it was like those boat rides where you get in them and it's spooky shit all around you. That's what it was like.
I don't need 4 minutes of following a guy walking around. It was slow. It was boring. I don't care for any of the characters except for the one guy. Like I guess he's the boss or the owner or whatever. Yeah. He reminds me of another character. I was never able to put my finger on it. It was like the way he spoke. Like it almost sounded like what's it? I'll go get the Kodak. What's that? Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, yeah.
Like something about
like that dude mixed with Drayton. Mixed that dude with Drayton Sawyer.
Yeah, there's a bit of Drayton.
Oh, totally.
I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I guess it's probably a mix of a few different characters. But I liked him. I don't understand why the farm workers had masks on. They didn't say anything. They have music blaring. Like, if you're killing people and like harvesting humans, like that's the last thing you'll do is want to cause an attraction, like attention to you. You're not going to walk around with masks on and be blaring music. Like someone's going to come and ask what's going on.
Depends on how much land they have.
Weird.
Seems like they have a lot of land. Like you start seeing weird people that are probably involved from the moment they run into that woman alongside the road. She's probably part of the whole thing.
They're not. I don't think they're. To me, they didn't seem like they were trying to hide.
Exactly, because they probably didn't need to.
Well, what I'm saying is, if someone sees a bunch of people wearing a mask, like that's going to cause a disturbance. Like if someone's going to ask even the cooks that's in the kitchen, they all have masks on. Like at some point, somebody's going to come in and see. Anyway, we're spending too much time on that mask. I would have liked to got more story about the business. They're talking about doing some catering, but I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot in this movie. They could have gave me something. It just felt generic to me. It felt like everything was pulled from something I've already seen before, and I would assume that it wasn't done better than anything that I've already seen before. The cages is what drove me nuts too. That bugged me crazy because I just trying to set one of those things up for my dog, I would like collapse it by accident and knock it down. Like that drove me nuts. The dude smashing the baby, that caught me off guard.
That was something.
So I mean, I guess that's something. I just didn't like this movie. I gave it a 4.
All right. I really like the way this was shot. I'm definitely in Frank's boat on this one. The actor that played I called him the cabin keeper, basically the boss, main guy. Like he acted his ass off. I felt like he went like full into that character, like method style. And I don't know if they digitally contorted his face. I know he was doing the mouth stuff. I could tell that, but like with his ear and stuff like that, and the way he was misshapen, I don't know. They did it digitally to that little girl in the Hills Have Eyes remake.
Like it looked like a prosthetic to me.
Yeah, is it a prosthetic? Okay.
I don't know. It looked like it. I don't know. I don't think this film had the budget to do that well enough. I don't know.
Yeah, you can do a lot.
I think I saw $4 million on this.
What?
I'm pretty sure I saw
that seems crazy.
$4 million.
That seems crazy.
You can fact check me, but I'm pretty sure I saw $4 million.
Wow.
Where'd that go?
Excuse me.
They built that farm.
Yeah, they built that farm, but made those people do it.
It's a nice farm, not really fucking nice place.
That's why they're not saying anything.
You know, I didn't really think about those dog cages until you guys said something. And I was like, yeah, those things were like hamster cages, basically, just wire thin. But that didn't bother me that much. I got what they were going for. I really like the music. Lots of strings. I really dug that. That insemination scene. Yowza. That was... like a big old syringe of spooge, and there you go.
Wonder where they got that from.
They're really, who knows?
Just a collection plate.
Oh boy.
Who's the lucky father kind of thing?
Oh God, that's so gross. See that, but you know what? That would have added to the movie.
Yeah,
takes a village.
There's a shock.
Yeah,
but no, I do like a good shock. The baby, I know it was cheap, but it was shot well, and it looked good. So it was like, I made a physical noise. I was like, like, holy crap! That was really good. What was I said in one part? Well, when they gutted that girl, they definitely had to have used real animal parts because
for sure
those were definitely way too realistic to not be real guts. So that was a good old school effect. All of a sudden, Alex is just free. That's what I wrote. Yeah, I was like, so fuck. There's 10 minutes right there. Could have seen him, or 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Of seeing him at least escape.
They would have made it 10.
And then she just leaves him behind. Do you remember that? Like, she just leaves him to die. She's like, fuck it.
I didn't like her.
Yeah.
She got on my damn nerves.
Yeah.
The whole time.
She was. She would have been. They would have been safe if she would have listened. If he would have listened to her at the beginning, though, because she was just like, let's just keep going. And I told my wife that that's the type of situation that my anxiety would have saved us, because I would have been like, fuck no, we're not doing that. We're not going there.
Way. We are going to a sheet. We are finding a sheet.
Yeah.
And we will stop there. lights and people.
I wouldn't even stop in Cleveland until we found a McDonald's. So I was like, no, it's got to be like a TM trademark location. I can't stop at Dave's corner market, with bars in the windows. So
Oh my god.
yeah,
Funny.
find a fucking corporate entity.
One thing that got on my nerves, that chase scene,
Yeah.
at the end, it was not intense at all. Like, you want me to be on the edge of my seat. The music was so lame right there. It was so light and subdued. I was like, what the heck, man? Where are them hard strings
The music was spotty. Like, at times I'd be like, what? They do a really good job of this. And I'll be like,
yeah.
Why? It's clearly not right. Well, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
No. You're right. This movie did have its problems, but it was, I feel like, a really good starting off point for a possibly cool series. And then maybe it becomes a cult classic. We'll see more about this cult because there was the church and all that kind of stuff. So it was like a compound.
Yeah.
Like
this is where we start, and then anything can happen from here.
Yeah.
You can make all the dumb, weird ones that have 3 or 4 different main wild characters.
A spinoff could be like one of the customers. I felt like people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't agree with your one point, Jason, about
how they know
I feel like
serving?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, well, that mean,
because there's too many people. That's
what I'm saying.
Out that way, it's too many people to not be ordering.
I don't think they know what I don't know. Maybe they do. But I guess either way, you would complain about finding a tooth in your food. Like, even if you know it's human, you gotta get the teeth out. You can't be serving teeth.
Right. I love it. It had style. Like I said, it's a good jumping off point. It probably would have worked better as a short, to be honest. Like, no more than a half hour. It would have been way more intense and jarring that way. Because it's like, okay, you get it's on the farm. We don't have to tour the whole fucking farm.
But they bought it.
We don't need to see every. We got budget, but I don't need to see every outbuilding you have, dude. Come on, I get it. The whole. I like the Last Supper theme. Well, what I hated was the girls just looked spray tanned.
Yeah, and their hair was not burnt. Their hair was perfect. It wasn't burnt up. Like,
they weren't really cooked.
Yeah, but I mean,
make them look like they were.
Put a ball cap on them or something. throw some like, I don't know, fried chicken skin on them.
Yeah,
for texture or something. Give me something.
You know what? The best thing they could have done. They could have done what they could do with this is they already bought the farm, right? We've established that. They make that an attraction after COVID. People can go to the farm and, there's all the people with the masks. They get to eat there and assume that it's people.
And it's fucking real.
Yeah.
It turns out just being fucking real.
But what did you give this, John?
I gave it a 6. It definitely wasn't perfect, but it had some good bones to it.
There's something there, definitely.
Yeah, it's a bedrock. Let's call it.
Yeah, it's a generic take on Texas Chainsaw Massacre with a bunch of
I like the culty undertones, and those are creepy masks.
I like
But no, they look like every other mask you wear. Like, even the mask. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything was borrowed from something else.
Yeah.
Like, even the masks. Like, I think those same masks I've seen. The same
I like delivery pizza, but I also like frozen pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza's good. I agree.